Hello students, today we will start with a new chapter that is understanding data, and we will learn how we can do statistics in Python to calculate mean, mode, median, to perform calculations, all the mathematical formulas, to calculate the range, measures of central tendency, to calculate the standard deviation. So this chapter is going to be very interesting. Okay, let us start this video. What is data? Raw facts or figures is called data. Data is not information. Information is not knowledge. Knowledge is not understanding. Understanding is not wisdom. This is a powerful quote given by Gary. Data is very useful for any particular organization or company to take any decision. For example, while choosing a college for getting admission, we first check whether that particular college or institute is suitable. We go through the placement data of previous years of that college, educational qualification and experience of faculty members. Then we also check the fees and the facilities which they are providing, and on the basis of that we take the decision whether to take admission in that college or not. Similarly, the government collect and record data about the population through a process called census. Census data contain valuable information which are helpful in planning and formulating policies. Banks maintain data about the customers, their account details, transactions, credit, debit. So we can say that data is a collection of characters, numbers and other symbols that represent values of some situations or variables. Data is a plural term and the singular term that is called datum. Using computers, data are stored in electronic forms. Data processing is done, which becomes faster and easier as compared to manual data processing, which is done by people. ICT, information and communication technology, led by computer, mobile and internet, have resulted in a large volume of data. Some other examples of data are personal details like name, age, gender, contact details, which is a very common example. Then all the transactions, day-to-day transactions, to transfer money from one account to another account, online shopping, to book tickets, railways, airlines, etc., whether it is online or offline, images, graphics, animations, audio, video, documents and web pages, then online messaging, social media, signal which is generated. What is the importance of data? Data is very helpful and useful for taking any decision. Large amount of data is processed by computer. Suppose we want to withdraw money from ATM, the bank needs to debit the withdrawn amount from the linked account. कंपनी कस्टमर की डिमांड्स को आइडेंटिफाई करती है, जो भी वो फीडबैक देते हैं और उसके बेसिस पे वो चेंजेस करते हैं in their products and services. Besides business, some other scenarios where the data are stored and analyzed for making decision. First, electronic voting machine used for recording the votes. Scientists record data while doing experiments. Pharmaceutical companies record data while trying out a new medicine. Libraries maintain data about books. Search engine gives us result on the basis of large volume of data available across the internet. Weather alerts are generated by analyzing the data. Now we will study the different type of data. Data is categorized into two broad categories. First is structured data and the second is unstructured data. So we will study them one by one. What is structured data? Structured data is the data which is ordered in a particular order and which can be organized and can be recorded in a well-defined format. That is called structured data. Structured data is usually stored in computer in a tabular form, in the form of rows and columns. For example, kitchen items in a shop. So there are different kitchen items available and the unit price, the price of each kitchen item is given, and we can also calculate the discount. If a shopkeeper wants to sell the item, then the number of items which are available, which are in the stock, Next, look at this table. It shows more example of structured data. Attributes maintained for different activities. Book at a shop. So the different data fields or parameters or attributes are book title, author name, price of the book, year of publication. Similarly, if you want to deposit the fees in a school, different parameters are student name, class, roll number, fees amount, deposit date. Next is the amount withdrawn from ATM. So the different attributes are account holder name, account number, type of account, day of withdrawal, amount withdrawn, ATM ID. Next topic is unstructured data. Unstructured data which is not in a particular order. There is no fixed pattern. For example, a newspaper contains different type of news. So a newspaper publishes news on daily basis. Sometimes there are 3 images of different sizes in a page. Sometimes there is only one big image. Sometimes they publish advertisements, more advertisements. It is in a random order and not in a fixed order. Example of unstructured data include web pages consisting of text as well as multimedia, images, graphics, audio, video. Other examples are business reports, books, social media messages. So they are not in a particular order and they are not well defined. Different parts of email such as subject, recipient, main body, attachment, etc. Image file as image size is in it can be in KB, kilobyte, it can be in megabyte. Image type can be JPEG, JPEG, PNG. Image can be of different resolution, etc. Next, what are the different steps in statistics? We will study about data collection. Data collection means to collect or gather data, identifying the data or collecting from appropriate sources. Example, sales data available with the shopkeeper. Next, we can store the data in Excel file or in Access file in a tabular form or CSV file, separated value file. Shopping malls are collecting data about the items which are being purchased by the people. Similarly, the shop owners may decide to display bed sheets. Organizations like World Bank, International Monetary Fund (IMF) are collecting data related to various economics parameters for making economic forecasts. Next step is data storage. To store the data. Data storage is a process of storing data on storage devices so that the data can be retrieved later. Common examples are hard disk, SSD, solid state drive, CD, DVD, pen drive, memory card, etc. We store data like images, documents, audio, video as files in our computer. School, hospital, data are stored in data files. We can also store data special software through DBMS, Database Management System. Next step is data processing. Data processing means to process the data to obtain useful information. Raw facts or figures is called data, which is not useful. We process the data to convert it into a useful format. So the processed form of data is called information. We collect the input from different sources and then we process the data, and in the output we get the information which is presented in the form of reports or the different results obtained. You can look at this figure which shows a website handling online filling of students' details for competitive examination and generating admit card, a bank handling withdrawals of cash through ATMs, issue of train tickets. So all this is an example of data processing. Next, we will study about the different mathematical formulas in statistics and how we can calculate and perform calculations. So first we will study about measures of central tendency. A measure of central tendency is a single value that gives us some idea about the data. The 3 most common measures of central tendency are mean, median and mode. You must have studied it in mathematics. So what is mean? Mean is simply the average. It is average of numeric values of an attribute. Suppose we have to calculate the mean of 40 students in a class. The formula of mean is sigma xi divided by n, where I goes from 1 to n. I takes the value from 1 to n. So how do we calculate the mean? We simply perform addition we add the values given divided by the total number of values. Next is median. Median represents the central value. When all the values are stored in an ascending or descending order, the middle value is called the median. So when the odd number of values are there, then the median is the middle position. Then the median is in the middle position. But when there are even number of values, then the median is the average of the two middle values. Next, what is mod? The value that appears most number of times in the given data of an attribute or variable is called mod. Mod can be found for numeric as well as non-numeric data. For example, in a list of height of students, the mod is 110 as its frequency of occurrence in the list is 3. So it appears 3 times, which is larger than the frequency of rest of the values. So जो value जितनी बार ज़्यादा appear होगी उसे हम mod कहते हैं. That will be selected as the mod. Next topic is measures of variability. So as you can see, it refers to the spread or variation of the values around the mean. इसका मतलब है कि वो vary कर रहा है. They are also called the measures of dispersion. That indicates the degree of diversity in data set. They also indicate the difference within the group. So how do we calculate it? First we will calculate the range. What is range? It is the difference between the maximum and the minimum value of the data. So we will find out the maximum value and then we will find out the minimum value and then we will subtract them. So m minus s or maximum minus minimum, that gives us the range. For example, the minimum height value is 85 centimeter and the maximum height is 115 centimeter. Now we have to calculate the range. So range can be calculated by subtracting the maximum value minus the minimum value. Subtracting both of them will give us the range, which is equal to 30 centimeter. Next topic is standard deviation. Standard deviation refers to the difference within the group or the set of data of a variable. This you will study in class 11th mathematics. Chapter name is statistics. It is calculated as the positive square root of the average of squared difference of each value from the mean value of data. Standard deviation also measures the spread of data like the range, but the difference between them is that in the range we use the two extreme values to calculate the range value, but in standard deviation we consider the data which is given. So we calculate the standard deviation considering the whole data. Look at this example given in the table. We have to calculate the standard deviation of attendance of 9 students. So the height in centimeter is given. There are 9 students. So the total number of students is equal to 9. N is equal to 9. We will calculate x bar. The value of x bar, that is a mean. We have to calculate the mean. So how we will calculate the mean? We will add the height of all the students divided by the total number of students. That comes out to be 101.33. Next, in the next column, we will find the value of x minus x bar. Then we will calculate the summation sigma x minus x bar, which is equal to 0.03. Next, in the next column, we will calculate the square of x minus x bar. So x minus x bar ka whole square. Then we will calculate the summation value of x minus x bar whole square. That comes out to be 938. Now we will apply the formula, that is summation x minus x bar whole square divided by n, which is equal to 938 divided by 9. That comes out to be 104.22. Next, to calculate the standard deviation, we will apply the formula square root. We have to calculate the under root square root of the value which we have calculated, under root of 104.22, which is equal to 10.2 centimeter. So this is our answer. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. Thank you.